They say you never really know someone until the day everything you believed in shatters into pieces. My name is Mark. I'm 32, and a few months ago I thought I had the perfect life. I had a stable job, a comfortable home, and a wife I loved more than anything in the world. Her name was Emily. We had plans, dreams of traveling, buying a bigger house, maybe starting a family. Everything seemed perfect, too perfect perhaps. I first noticed the cracks in our life in small, almost insignificant ways. A phone buzzing in the middle of the night, a hurried glance at her screen, a smile that seemed just a little too secretive. I told myself I was being paranoid. I convinced myself I was imagining things. Trust her, I said. She loves you, you're overthinking. But the instinct in the back of my mind, the one I tried to silence, kept whispering that something was wrong. It started with a message, just a text that wasn't meant for me, or maybe it was. It was from someone named Alex. I didn't recognize the name at first. The words were harmless enough on the surface, flirty jokes, compliments, but the tone, the intimacy, it felt wrong. I confronted her. She laughed it off. "Just a friend," she said. "You're imagining things." I wanted to believe her. I wanted to keep living in my comfortable illusion, my safe little bubble. But the feeling in my gut, it wouldn't go away. A few weeks later, I came home early from work. I wanted to surprise her, maybe make her a coffee, but the house was quiet, too quiet. And then I saw her sitting on the couch, laughing at her phone. When she looked up, her face froze, a flicker of panic in her eyes. She quickly hid the phone behind her back, but I had already seen enough to know something was wrong. I grabbed the phone. I shouldn't have, but I had to know the truth. What I found was devastating. Messages, pictures, conversations, evidence of a life she had been living right under my nose, a life that didn't include me. Months of betrayal, hidden meetings, lies carefully crafted to keep me in the dark. I remember standing there, my hands shaking, my heart pounding in my chest. I couldn't speak. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. I wanted to understand why. But some questions, they have no answers. Only the cold, harsh reality of betrayal. When I confronted her, she tried to explain. She cried. She begged me to understand, but I couldn't. How could I understand that someone I loved, someone I trusted with everything, had been living a secret life, sharing parts of herself with someone else that I thought were only ours? She had built an entire existence inside my life, hiding a truth so massive that it seemed unreal. The following days were a blur. I couldn't sleep. Every corner of the house felt like a reminder of her betrayal. I replayed every conversation in my mind, every touch, every laugh, every promise. Which ones were real? Which ones were part of the illusion she had created? I began doubting myself, my memory, even my perception of reality. Friends tried to console me. "You deserve better," they said, but the words felt hollow. How could anyone understand the emptiness, the crushing weight of betrayal that you can't just forget or forgive easily? Some nights I sat in the dark, staring at the walls, trying to imagine a life where this had never happened. I started noticing the little things I had ignored before. The way she always had an excuse for late nights, the subtle change in her voice when she answered calls, the way she avoided certain topics. Every memory suddenly carried a shadow, a whisper of deception I hadn't recognized at the time. And then came the guilt. Guilt that maybe I had missed the signs. Guilt that maybe I hadn't loved her enough. Guilt that maybe I had failed to see her for who she really was. But beneath all of that, there was anger. Pure, unrelenting anger. Anger that she had lied to me, that she had taken something sacred and trampled on it without a second thought. Weeks turned into months. I tried to piece myself back together, tried to focus on work, friends, even hobbies, but nothing felt right. I was constantly haunted by images of her with him, haunted by questions that had no answers. Trust, once broken, is almost impossible to repair. Every time I thought I could forgive, a memory, a flash of a message would pull me back into the pain. One night, I decided to confront the full truth. I needed to know every detail, every lie, every moment of her double life. I didn't want to, but I had to. She told me things I wish I could forget. Places she had gone, excuses she had made, secrets she had kept. Everything designed to keep me blind, to keep me thinking I had the perfect life while she was living a completely different reality. By the end of that conversation, I realized the most painful truth. Love and trust are fragile. Sometimes, even the people we think we know best, the ones we let into our deepest fears and desires, are capable of hurting us in ways we never imagined. The person you trust the most is often the one who can break you the deepest. I moved out soon after. I couldn't stay in the house anymore. Every room, every object, every memory carried her betrayal. And even now, months later, I still feel the echoes of that pain. I've learned to live with it, to rebuild myself, but I will never forget what happened. So if there's one lesson I want to leave with you, it's this: listen to your instincts. Don't ignore the little signs. And remember that trust is sacred. Once it's broken, it leaves a scar that never truly fades. Because sometimes, the person you think you know the most is the one who will hurt you the most. And sometimes, the person you loved with all your heart was living a life you never even imagined.